Hello Arsenal Stage News. Welcome back again to your hub of Gunners updates. It's another excited day in London, where Arsenal have completed the signing of Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen in a season-long loan deal, with an option to make the move permanent for £45 million next summer. The 23-year-old becomes the club's eighth and final arrival of a record-breaking transfer window, taking their summer spending to more than £250 million. Hincapié, who will wear the number 5 shirt, was unveiled late on deadline day as the Gunners' final piece of the puzzle, according to the club's official announcement. His signing comes at a crucial time for Mikel Arteta, who may need defensive reinforcements following William Saliba's ankle injury suffered during Sunday's narrow defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. The centre-back brings valuable experience despite his age, having made over 100 appearances for Leverkusen since joining in 2021. He was a key figure in Xabi Alonso's side that clinched the Bundesliga title in 2024, earning praise for his athleticism, versatility, and composure on the ball. Hincapié has also established himself at international level, featuring regularly for Ecuador since his breakthrough. His arrival has already had a knock-on effect within the squad, with Polish defender Jakub Kiwior heading out on loan to Porto after being deemed surplus to requirements. For Arteta, Hincapié offers both cover and competition across the back line, capable of operating as a central defender or in wider defensive roles. Speaking after the deal was confirmed, Arteta highlighted the qualities that attracted Arsenal to the player. Piero has a real physical presence. His versatility and tactical flexibility give us strong added defensive options. He is a big character, with a very good combination of both youth and maturity. He will make our squad stronger and more competitive as we continue into this season. Arsenal's sporting director, Andrea Berta, who has overseen an ambitious summer of recruitment, also praised the signing. At only 23, Piero already has significant experience, both in the Bundesliga and at international level. He is an intelligent defender with real strength and versatility. His performances in recent years for both club and country have been of a consistently high quality, and we are confident he will continue to grow and be an important player for us. Hincapié is expected to join up with his new teammates after the international break and could make his debut immediately if Saliba's injury sidelines him. With his arrival, Arsenal's squad now looks more complete than ever as they aim to push for the Premier League title. Arsenal's Premier League clash with Liverpool at Anfield got off to the worst possible start for Mikel Arteta's side, as defensive leader William Saliba was forced off with injury after just 5 minutes. The French international, who has been a cornerstone of Arsenal's backline over the past 2 seasons, pulled up unexpectedly moments after heading the ball. Saliba sat down on the turf, glancing toward the bench to indicate that he could not continue. With no signs of limping beforehand, the incident shocked both players and fans, raising immediate concerns about the severity of the setback. Arteta was left with no choice but to call on new summer signing Christian Mosquera, who replaced Saliba for the remainder of the match. The young defender was thrust into a high-pressure situation far earlier than expected, having to cope with Liverpool's relentless attack on one of the Premier League's toughest stages. Former Aston Villa striker Dion Dublin, speaking on BBC Radio 5 Live, described the moment as particularly concerning. "I didn't see any limping from William Saliba. After heading the ball, Saliba went down. He kept his left leg straight and his right leg bent. That is a huge loss for Arsenal," Dublin explained, highlighting how crucial the Frenchman is to Arsenal's defensive structure. The timing could hardly be worse for the Gunners, who are already navigating a growing injury crisis. Star forward Bukayo Saka was absent from the squad after suffering a hamstring issue in last weekend's fixture, a problem that is set to keep him sidelined for up to 4 weeks. Midfielder Kai Havertz has also undergone knee surgery, ruling him out for the foreseeable future, while captain Martin Odegaard only made the bench at Anfield following a shoulder problem. The mounting list of injuries is threatening to derail Arsenal's momentum at the start of what is expected to be another title-challenging campaign. With the transfer deadline looming on Monday night, the club is working quickly to finalize the signing of Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen. His arrival could provide timely reinforcement to a squad stretched by fitness concerns. For Arteta, however, the immediate worry will be the condition of Saliba. The 23-year-old's commanding presence has been essential in stabilizing Arsenal's defense, and losing him for an extended period would represent a significant blow to their ambitions. Supporters will be anxiously awaiting updates in the coming days as the Gunners look to recover from another damaging injury setback. Arsenal agree Piero Hincapié deal with Bayer Leverkusen star set for London move. Arsenal have reached an agreement to sign Bayer Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapié in a deal that will initially see the Ecuador international join the club on loan, with an option to buy for £45 million. Should the Gunners choose to activate that clause, Hincapié is set to pen a 5-year contract, with Leverkusen also inserting a 10% sell-on fee into the agreement. The 23-year-old, who has already earned 46 caps for Ecuador, is expected to travel to London this weekend to complete his medical ahead of the switch. Hincapié will add much-needed depth to Mikel Arteta's backline, which has been tested in recent years due to recurring injuries at crucial points of Arsenal's title challenges. Highly regarded for his versatility, Hincapié is predominantly a centre-back, but is also capable of slotting in at full-back. His flexibility fits Arteta's tactical demands perfectly, with the Spaniard often preferring defenders who can operate in multiple roles. Arsenal already boasts the likes of Ricardo Calafiori, Jurrien Timber, and Ben White, who have all been deployed in hybrid positions under Arteta, and Hincapié looks set to continue that trend. The move comes during another busy transfer window at the Emirates. Arsenal have already invested heavily this summer, with Martin Zubimendi, Noni Madueke, Victor Gyökeres, and Eberechi Eze all joining the squad in deals that have pushed the club's spending past £200 million. Bringing in Hincapié further highlights the club's ambition to compete on all fronts and finally secure the elusive Premier League crown. The signing also coincides with significant outgoings. Jakub Kiwior is set to complete a £23 million move to Porto, while Oleksandr Zinchenko is in talks with French club Marseille over a transfer. These departures underline Arsenal's reshaping of their defensive options, with Hincapié arriving as a long-term solution. Despite his young age, Hincapié brings a wealth of experience, having already racked up more than 150 appearances for Leverkusen. His composure on the ball, reading of the game, and ability to step out of defense are qualities that will strengthen Arsenal's backline as they look to cope with injuries and fixture congestion. With Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka nursing knocks and Kai Havertz recovering from knee surgery, squad depth has once again been a concern for Arteta in the opening weeks of the season. The capture of Hincapié provides a timely boost, giving Arsenal another reliable option as they prepare for what promises to be a grueling campaign both domestically and in Europe. Things are moving fast at Emirates. We start with this headline that Gabriel Martinelli faces uncertain Arsenal future amid fierce competition. Gabriel Martinelli's place at Arsenal is under fresh scrutiny following a summer of intense squad reshaping that has left the Brazilian winger facing a serious battle for minutes. Once considered one of Mikel Arteta's untouchable starters, Martinelli is now fighting for his role after 3 major moves altered the pecking order in Arsenal's forward line. The 23-year-old started 25 Premier League games last season, delivering his second most productive campaign in an Arsenal shirt. However, despite his contributions, Arteta has turned to the transfer market to inject more creativity and competition in the wide areas. The high-profile arrival of Eberechi Eze from Crystal Palace for £60 million has been the clearest indication that Martinelli is no longer guaranteed his left-wing berth. Eze, who dazzled in the Premier League last season, has quickly been earmarked as a key figure for Arteta's evolving system. With Bukayo Saka sidelined through injury, there's a strong chance that Noni Madueke, another summer arrival, will cover on the right flank. That in turn allows Eze to slot straight into Martinelli's favored left-wing role when Arsenal travel to Anfield this weekend. Meanwhile, Leandro Trossard, fresh from signing a new contract, remains another trusted option after impressing from the bench in the 5-0 win over Leeds. While Arsenal have scored 7 goals in their opening 2 league matches, 3 came from set pieces, highlighting an ongoing need to improve their attacking output in open play. Arteta's recruitment drive reflects a push to diversify sources of creativity and goal threat, a factor that has placed added pressure on Martinelli, who has been criticized for inconsistent form. Speculation over a possible move to Saudi Arabia has circulated throughout 2025, but Arsenal sources insist the winger remains firmly in their plans. There's no desire to cash in on a player with Martinelli's quality and potential. The real concern is how much he will actually feature. With Eze expected to be handed an immediate chance to shine, Martinelli could find his game time significantly reduced compared to the 2,200 minutes he registered last season. Ultimately, Arteta's team selection against Liverpool may provide the clearest indication yet of where Martinelli stands. Should he once again be overlooked in favor of Arsenal's new recruits, it will speak volumes about the challenges ahead for a player who only 12 months ago was one of the first names on the team sheet.